Foot position is very similar to boxing style, as far as you have a lead leg, a base leg. But the difference to here that's a very big and important is that you're keeping the weight back here. I can't emphasize that enough. You're keeping the weight on the back leg. Now the punching is going to be the same. You got 4 basic punch. Jab, your left hand. It's coming straight out. You want the power to come from the hip and from the shoulder. Jab. Noticing that I keep my right hand tucked in with the elbow in against the body. The chin stays in the middle. I'm looking straight down like it's a rifle. I'm looking straight down with my eye. The only thing that's popping out is my forehead and my eye. I'd rather take a shot there than straight on the chin. Now, that's the jab. Number 1 punch. Number 2 punch, cross. You're going to put your hip into this punch, putting pressure on the ball of your right toe and turning the knee into the punch. Cross. Keep your head down though. Don't lean your head in. Don't lean your head side to side. Keep it right in the middle. Cross. Cross. Cross the hips. Punches are coming from the hips. That's the number 2 punch. Cross. Notice my left hand. Elbow stays in. Hands against here. Cross. From this jab, cross. Not only am I being offensive, I'm also blocking myself as I throw a punch. Because my shoulders are covering up my chin. So from here, you got jab, number 1 punch. Jab, cross, cross. Turning the hip into the punch. Jab, cross. When I punch, I try to exhale, breathing out through my nose, keeping my mouth closed, clamped down on my mouthpiece so that my jaw's not open. Taking a shot with your jaw open could break your jaw. So, breathing through my nose, relax with the hands up against your eyebrows. 1 and 2 punch, jab, cross. I'm punching straight out, and as I punch, I twist my wrist. I pull back, I punch and twist my wrist. Now you're not trying to push the punches, you're trying to snap them. They're trying to go fast. You're trying to keep stability. You're self-centered over your feet. Chin's in the middle, where your belly button is. You're looking forward. Jab, cross on the bag. Elbows in, you start. Feet are flat. Jab, cross. Notice I exhale. Jab, cross. Start slow. Remember, the basic foot position is the same. Feet are open, you step and slide. Which direction you're going to, you step that foot first. If you're moving to the right, step to the right, slide to the left. If you're moving to the left, step to the left, slide to the right. Never put your feet together. That's your 1 and 2 punch jab, cross. Where you send those can be anywhere from head to body. You can jab high and punch low. When punching low, I'd recommend driving your hip and knee into the punch. Always remember that when you punch, don't let your elbows flare up. You're leaving your body susceptible for body shots. Either be kick or punch. Unnecessary punishment. Keep your elbows in. That incorporates using different muscles. So now you're using your back muscles, your shoulder, your tricep. Jab, cross. Jabs your left, crosses your right. On the bag, I know exactly how far I am away from my opponent or the bag when extending my left hand, my lead hand out. Once I know I can touch the bag or my opponent, I know I can hit him with anything I have. If it be my cross, my leg kick, my knee, all from extending my left hand fully out. Now, depending on how long your arms are or how short your arms are, is going to depend on your range. So using your range, I'm hunting you down with my left. Your jab does not want to be a solid, hard punch. If that's your hardest punch, you won't be able to let off your right hand or your cross. So make sure that you're not throwing too much weight into it. Keep yourself flat on the feet. Jab. You can jab low to the midsection or high to the face, keeping the other hand, the opposite hand, tucked in as defense. For if you can throw the punch, so can your opponent. Working on the bag, you don't have to worry about your opponent or the bag striking back. At least not yet anyways. So, ranging yourself with your left hand, your jab. You've worked body, head, jab, one punch, cross, the number 2 punch. I'm breaking down the punches into 1, 2, 3, and 4. Punch 1, jab. You're finding your range. Like a curb feeler on a car, once you know exactly where you're at, you know what you can do with it. You've got a full array of weapons you can use now. Starting jab, you can go into cross. That should be your solid knockout punch. Key here not to emphasize throwing your head into it, but sitting down and putting the hips into it. It's more of a hip motion. And boom, your arm. Be sure not to push the punch, but to let it snap. The snap comes when you twist the wrist and drive the hip. Keeping the elbows in. You're throwing the punches exactly the same way you throw the punches if you were boxing. The foot position is very similar, although you're keeping the weight on the back foot more. Now, number 2 punch could be your hook.